Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am reviewing yet another set of acrylic paint markers. This is the Shuttle Art 48 marker set with brush tips. Now, obviously we're seeing all the things we want, the non-toxic, quick drying, odorless, waterproof, etc. And they highlight all the characteristics on the box, which is great, but we can't really see this very well because the plastic's on it. So let's take the plastic off and open up this big, beautiful box. So like I said, they highlight all the characteristics, which is great. You want to know what you're getting into. Excellent. And then we have a really cool envelope. And then over here, I'm pausing it for you guys. I always tell you guys to pause it. This is telling you guys you need to shake it and you need to store it horizontally. Very important. So the inside of the box tells you this. I have not watched any reviews. These are all my personal opinions. This is not sponsored. I haven't watched any reviews from anyone else. So these are all my first impressions. So right off the bat, I was really impressed with the color range. I thought the color range was beautiful. And I really am interested in that red at the top corner over here. I can't wait to use that. So I'm definitely going to use that one in my illustration. And I'm very intrigued by the envelope. So in this envelope, it gives you all kinds of tips and how to take care of them and how to use them more efficiently. And it just gives you a whole bunch of fun facts. I thought that was really cool, really interesting. I think that's going above and beyond. And I think this is really cute. They've got some little coloring pages. Spoiler alert, I don't do the coloring pages in this video. Sorry guys, maybe I'll do it in another video. It feels like it's good quality paper. It feels like watercolor paper, to be honest, and the illustration looks cute enough. The back is blank. And then over here behind it, we've just got a blank piece of black paper. And you guys can see I'm gonna have black swatch cards and white swatch cards. Now, my last video, I was reviewing Arrtx acrylic paint markers and we didn't even get swatch cards in it. So for me to be doing this unboxing right after, I thought it was really, really cool. So obviously you've got to open it up because there's 48 colors, and by opening up, you have the space to check out all the colors. So I was very, very impressed with this whole envelope. You can color them in the back if you want, or do something off the top of your head, or just try to swatch them out in the back. I didn't do anything. I don't see the point in it, but I'm just giving ideas. I really like that they all have names and they have codes. So I'm noticing they're in this particular order. So if you go from top to bottom, it follows a left and right pattern over on the color chart. So it's very important to store these markers horizontally, and they tell you why. And like I've mentioned in other markers, you can see right here, the pigments end up settling and you need to shake them. So it's very important, or else you're going to have uneven coverage and the colors won't look nice. And look, I shook it, and now that it's been shaken, we can actually get the true color. It's closer to what the cap is saying. I've said this in all my other videos, but who knows, this might be your first video. So I am repeating for the sake of repeating because I don't know what videos you guys have watched. So over here, I have done it on the black and the white paper, and I'm impressed with the colors so far. They're bright, they're cheerful, and I really like it. For some reason, no matter what brand of markers I use, I always have one marker that doesn't work, and unfortunately it's the raw sienna. And guys, I tried to do my marker doctor stuff that I do with all my other markers that don't work. I actually tried it all. It was dry. It looks like it's clogged here on the inside. Guys, I tried everything. I tried heating it up, putting it in warm water. I literally tried all my little doctor marker tricks. It did not work. So this set ended up disappointing me, but I mean, all the other 47 markers worked. The packaging is absolutely beautiful. I love the artwork. It's absolutely stunning. I love whoever did it, good for them. They want you to store the markers horizontally, and when you do that, you get to see their little color swatch chart over here. So I found that interesting. And then the artwork is up on the top. I might not have designed it that way, but it's still cool. Disappointed in that marker, but I still have 47 that work. So I'm using this particular project to do a Picasso bug. I find them fascinating. I've been wanting to draw one for months. I don't show you guys when I sketch. I really don't like it. It really like icks me out to see other people drawing, and I don't like the process. So I just kind of show you guys my finished sketch. Over on the left, I'm probably going to do some kind of little swatch thing to show you guys what colors, and I'm going to keep track over here on the side. And as you guys can see in the sketch, I kind of already put teal and planned everything out and mapped everything out. So it's to be expected that some colors are juicier and have better coverage than others. I find usually dark colors are juicier and there's better coverage than pale colors, except this green actually scared me because after my little, look how dry it looked on that side. Ooh, after my raw sienna not working at all, this one was legit worrying me and I absolutely wanted this color for my illustration. You guys will see my reference photo after. I really wanted this color. And my first layer was a really big streaky mess, but I mean like, worse than the other colors that you're seeing up there. They were all juicy and beautiful. By the time I went and did a second layer, like hope wasn't lost. I was like, okay, it's coming together. But then guys, by the time I did this section here, it's like the marker finally woke up. This marker, poor little guy, was a late bloomer. It's okay, sweetie. Some of us are late bloomers, but it scared me, guys. You guys can see it's like finally waking up and it's juicy. But whew, I was worried. And look contrastly over here. Here's a paler color. Look how juicy it is. Look at the good coverage just after the first layer. Whew. So I don't know if you guys have ever tried this. I hope this isn't a deterrent for you guys because these markers are really good and I will keep telling you guys my opinions about it, but they scared me over here. So other than that, I really like the colors. The coverage is pretty good and look how juicy these markers are. This color in particular is very juicy and I'm just trying to take my time to show you guys that just with the first layer, it's good coverage. I find the tip of these brush tip markers to be quite flexible. As you guys can see, I'm zooming in here. So keep that in mind if you want to do hand lettering, because when tips are flexible, it's harder to have a clean edge. But like any brush tip marker, whether you use it for hand lettering or coloring, make sure you rotate it because all of the tips bend. This is true for alcohol markers, acrylic paint markers. When there's brush tips, rotate them, bend, try not to push too hard. But so far, a little test here, if you want to do hand lettering, you can. Just be mindful that certain colors, the tips are going to be more flexible than others. Now, of course, I have a streaky mess like usual, and we have to layer up and my paper's curling, but this is normal. Since I've been doing so many acrylic paint marker reviews, I've taken to making my second layer go in a different direction, and I seem to like it better coverage-wise. And this is just a personal preference, and FYI, it's not like follow me, I'm an expert. It's just something I've discovered and I like doing. So this is what you see me doing over here. So as per usual, I like to show you guys the mess I create, and I was able to use these beautiful colors to do my bug, and I didn't have to dip into any other set. All the colors I needed were right there, and they looked great together, and I was so excited because, like I said, I've been wanting to draw a Picasso bug for months. So this was literally the perfect opportunity. So as you guys can see by my reference photo over here, the bug only has 3 legs, and that's because some of the legs are tucked under, and I was going to change that and take creative liberties, but then I decided not to. I did add in like an off-white kind of beigey to, you know, give it a bit of a pop and to give it dimension, and I'm actually really glad that I did that. So I'm really happy with how it's turning out, but I'm not happy with my swatch sheet on the other side. So we are going to bust out some of my scrapbook papers, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna find a nice pattern to go with this, and then I completely ended up having a much better idea than what I did in the first place. So I actually recruited my daughter and asked her some of her help and which pattern she thought would look good with the Picasso bug. So I recruited her assistance, and she ended up helping me choose the perfect paper to go with my crazy looking bug. These markers are really good and they don't bleed through, but because they have such good coverage, I had to take a white piece of paper and cover what I already did, or else that was going to show, because my scrapbook paper is a very thin paper. It's not the thick ones that I usually have. I had actually tried another brand many years ago, and had I not put that white piece of paper, we would have seen it through, so voila. Now all we see is the beautiful little planty pattern. Now I took out this paper pad that I got from a scrawler box many years ago, and it's the perfect size for me to do my list, and I don't have to cut anything, and I can just paste it on top, and then I have a nice leafy border around. So now it's another day, it's later on, and you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to take every single marker that I used for this illustration, and then each one is going to be a bullet point with fun facts, because your girl's a nerd, and this way it's a swatch page and a little bit of an educational page. Okay, I like this so much better than what I was initially doing. I was able to use every single color as a bullet point, and I was able to put fun facts, and I used all the colors, and I got to put them in the order that I wanted, and I just was able to use my scrapbook paper. I am so happy. Please feel free to nerd out and look at the fun facts just very quickly. They like to live in tropical areas. In Africa, they're herbivores. They like to eat plant sap. And even citrus, even though they look like a beetle, they're not beetles. They're related to stink bugs, but their stench isn't toxic. This actually shows how actually minuscule they are. They all have unique patterns, but they all have 11 spots too. And here are some other cool names for them. My personal favorite is the Picasso bug. So I am thrilled with how this turned out. Again, I've been wanting to do this for months. The colors blended beautifully. They looked awesome with each other. They layered amazingly. Like, I had no problem putting that teal over top black. It was amazing. This was such a good first go with these markers. I decided I wanted to do one more little tweak to my swatch page. I want to take my nice thick micron and outline them just to give them a nice little pop. I've really been enjoying using microns with my markers, and if you guys haven't done it yet, please try it, because it can really give you some nice contrast and line thickness. Now on to the black paper. Over here on my swatches, I did 2 layers on half of the swatch. You guys can pause to see if you're interested. And now I'm just going to whip out the black sketchbook that I've used on my channel over and over again now for other marker reviews. I want to do as many reviews as I can in here to give myself a nice comparison. So of course, I did my sketch off camera, and if you guys know your birds, we're doing a toucan. So I'm not using all the colors in this particular review. I'm just using the colors I need for whatever I want to illustrate, and it's going to give me a good chance to use a wide range, but I didn't want to use them all. Right away, wow, they are bright, they're beautiful, and they are working amazingly on my black paper. And look how beautifully I got them to blend. It's not easy to blend acrylic paint markers. These ones were such a dream to blend, and I didn't use that many colors. I did a little bit of hand lettering, and you guys can see this is all I used for this complete spread. And look how fun it turned out. I love the pop, I love the outline, I love the contrast. And it really surprised me how well they blend. Even the black shows up on the black, so I was able to cover up some stuff and give a little bit of texture. And I always look for that on my markers. I even made a mistake over here on my toucan page, and I got a little too happy with my blue, and I was able to cover it with the black over here. And at a quick glance from far away, you can't see it, but I let myself be very loose and free in my sketchbook, and I kind of want to do these little mess ups so I can try to cover them with the blacks or the whites. So it gives me less pressure, and it shows me how well these markers will cover. Alright, so this last part of the video, I want to give you guys not complaints, but some observations. So yes, I love the box, but there's a little magnetic latch, and if you open it too quickly and abruptly and flip it open while it's horizontal, this whole tray will slide forward, which is really annoying. You want to keep your markers all together, all nice. You don't want to be placing them all the time. And since we have to place them horizontally, I do not recommend storing them horizontally while you're putting the markers away. It will slide out. put it upright so this way you can see the little slot that you want to put it in much better, and it's so much more convenient and more solid this way. This is just an observation. They can't write all the instructions. You just kind of have to learn as you go. Overall, these markers were stunning. I loved it. The brush nibs were great. They surprised me. I actually got this as a birthday gift for my husband, so thank you, hubby. I really appreciate it. Thank you, babe. I love that little care package that they gave us, and I love the artwork on the outside of the box. So thank you for watching till the end, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and consider watching some other videos. I'm going to put some other marker reviews down in the description below. Have a lovely day. Bye, everyone.